Welcome to this look at a new map on Farming Simulator 19 with me, MrSealyp. This is BREDOW. This is a new map by ThiluLP, 187.9 megabytes to download. What I love about maps like this map is a real replica of BREDOW. So I've been looking it up online. Find out all sorts of information. I love it because there's all the history and stuff that goes behind it. BREDOW is a district of the municipality of Brieselang in the Havelland district. It sits along, or it's on, the Havelland Great Main Canal, which we may even have part of here on the map. As we go around, we'll have a look at some various different things. This is the map. This is what it looks like. As of 2002, I think there are only like 640 inhabitants. It's a very small place, 670. And going back to the first population count, 1875 was 400. It has gone up and down a bit in the years in between, but yeah, 670 it stands at the moment. So not a very big place at all. We do have some extra crops. We have rye and we have hops, which you may have seen from the thumbnail, which is very exciting. We start on New Farmer. Normal economy I'm on, just to make life easier. We start with this. So we've got this strip here with, well, I say farmhouse. That is fixed in place. You'll see why in a second. We have got field 7. We've got this section up here, which is a cow farm and a silo. And we've got field 24. Now, fields range from, it says, I'm sure it says 1 acre or 1 hectare up to 100 or something. It's something along those lines. I've got to find it on my piece of paper. I can't find it. Oh yeah, map includes fields and meadows from under 1 hectare up to 55 hectares. So the top of the map up here is where you're finding a lot of more of the smaller fields. Field prices, pretty good. Interesting, that comes as a double. 32,000, field 23, 22 grand. We've got a small plot down here, field 6. 38. Now, as we come further down into the southeast, we've got these big old fields out here. 719 grand, 827 grand, and then that one there for 1,377,000. So you can really build this one up from very small up to very large. The main town is just here. We've got a few sell points we're going to get round and have a look at. Biogas Plant is available for purchase at 349,963. We have got a digestate replenishment. I forgot to check that off camera. But anyway, this is where we start. And we had in the mods, on the mod review yesterday, might have been yesterday, was this large hall by ThiluLP. And I did say I wondered if it was because the map had come out. So you do start with this workshop. There's a big barn as well. We have some machinery in here. We've got machinery sort of around and about. If we go into here and through into the workshop, now, was it here? Might be here the sleep trigger is. Let me just open the menu. Yeah, so first L3 in here. This is where your sleep trigger is. And this is here all the time. So this is your sleep trigger set in place. Huge building, couple of bits of machinery. I think we're going to grab, yeah, we'll grab the case to go around the map. So, on New Farmer, it is 547 slots out of 1,299. We do have a jet wash around the back there as well. I wonder if that's got the workshop trigger in it. The one we had as the mod didn't, and I did say I wondered. There we go. Here on the map we have the workshop trigger in here. That's what it's obviously based off of. And then I think we had, where was some other equipment? Yeah, down the back here we got some more equipment. We'll have a look at what we start with, and let me close that one off. So into garage, 547 slots used. We've got a Fendt Favorite 511C, K7210 Pro, Rosselmash 330, the Kramer KL38T, couple of Fortschritt HW80 trailers, header for the Rosselmash. We've got plough, cultivator, seeder, mower, loading wagons, front load equipment, header trailer. Then we do have the large cow pasture standard in game. We do have some mods. So there's the vehicle haul and there's the haul that we're looking at. I think that's all we start with, yeah. But we do have modded grain silos, which will take the additional rye and hops, and there's an extension as well, which we can have a look at while we're here. So if you come onto here on farm manager or start from scratch, the slot count comes down to 369, and you don't start with any of this. None of the buildings, none of the grain silo, none of the machinery and equipment. You don't start with anything. Slot count drops right down. We go across. Animal pens are standard. I don't think there's anything under miscellaneous. It was under silos. If we go to the end, we've got a grain silo, 100,000 litre. There's a grain silo, 200,000 litre, or there's a silo extension, which will take the rye and hops as additional crop types. On the subject of rye and hops, your rye you put into the ground using a seeder. The hops you put into the ground using a planter. To harvest them, you will harvest the rye using a regular harvester header. The hops you will harvest using a corn header. If we just go in and check on there as well, we go across to there. I'll show you what I mean. We look at the corn headers. You've got the hops symbol just there for the corn headers. If we go down to the regular headers, the rye one is just there. So seeders for rye, planters for hops, and then regular header for harvesting the rye and corn header for harvesting the hops. Let's go from here. So anyway, as we go, BREDOW has had quite a history, I'll be totally honest with you. It's quite amazing. It's located within the Berlin Glacial Valley, which I didn't know. Going back to the, 1300s, 1400s, the von BREDOWs, if you know anything about your history, or, I mean, I looked some of it up, but the von BREDOWs were knights going back a long, long time ago that lived in this area and were responsible for control of this area. More recently than that, Adelbert von BREDOW, who served during the Franco-Prussian War in 1870, the Battle of La Tour, and it's amazing, fascinating stuff, led a cavalry charge, and it was one of those ones where he was in charge of the 12th Cavalry Brigade against a French force who outnumbered them 4-1, and apparently before the assault BREDOW stated it will cost what it will cost, and despite huge losses on his side, they won the day and beat the French force 4-1 against, and beat them, and it was known as von BREDOW's Death Ride. That's what I mean. You know, what a simple thing like this, and you know, you come onto a map and you think, oh, it's based on a real place, I'll have a look, and then you start finding out all this cool stuff. Well, I think it's cool anyway. Silo, multi-fruit, including the, well, I say multi-fruit, including the rye and the hops. That's the 100,000 litre one. Cow barn, so this is the cow farm. It's a standard in-game one. So all the triggers and feed points and stuff are fairly standard. If we come round to the side here, we have got a silage clamp. We have also got in here our Kramer, tucked away there. Over this side we have got, I think it was, there's some more of the equipment. So we've got the loading wagon, the mower, and our Fendt Favourite. And as we come through to the other side, we come to the biogas plant. Just here, two large silage clamps, cell point, digestate point. But what we also have around here, it says digestate replenishment. I think you can buy digestate because it's not yellow. Oh, it's yellow. Maybe it's a cell point for the digestate then. It's not showing up on here, but it does say replenishment. That one will need to be checked further. I'll let you know at some point. It'll either come up with the thumbs up. If that is a sell point for digestate, a thumb will come up now. If it's a buy point for digestate, a thumb will come up now. We'll see. I need to check that. So, fairly straightforward so far. We've come from the farm here, up the road, biogas plant, digestate replenishment, cow farm and silo. These Bauplats, building sites, there are a few of these around the map, like placeable points, I guess. You can buy these fields up and use them for placing objects and whatever you feel like doing. I'm trying to think, have we got any hops in the ground? Field 38 has got hops in, but as you've already seen from the thumbnail, you can sort of see what they look like. Something a bit different. I like the fact there's a different crop, you know, and it stands out from the others. Yes, we're using fairly regular gear for harvesting it. There's no hop hangers or anything like that. It's in the field, but it does look completely different. From here then, we are going to head to the animal dealer. So we've got the animal dealer and the animal dealer sell point. I think I'm going to cut across the field. I think. So anyway, going through the history, everything seems okay. All sorts of things happen, which is wonderful, until the 19th century. And unfortunately for the residents of BREDOW, things get a little bit hairy. During the Napoleonic Wars of 1806 to 1807, BREDOW was sacked by the French 3 times. 3 times they sacked the town, the village. It was rebuilt, and it says in 1835 the Dorfkrug Grunefeld, which is the kind of Brauhaus, Gasthaus, pub, guest house type thing, was built and still exists. Well, it's still in operation, not necessarily that building, because it says, if you go a bit further, in 1859 BREDOW burned down completely. It doesn't say how or why. It then goes on to say the same fate occurred in 1895. So, sacked 3 times, burnt to the ground twice. Astounding. Absolutely astounding. When I first typed in BREDOW online, it came up with a power company, and BREDOW is scheduled this year, might have even started, for 6 wind turbines to be built in and around BREDOW. Again, it's just, I find it fascinating. So, sell point here at the animal dealer. We've got a slurry and a manure sell point. Then we've got the livestock market point just there for buying and selling. If you want to bring them yourself, you absolutely can. So that's there. From there, we're going to head to the, what's it called? Horse Court, I think it is. Horse Court, I'm sure it's the Horse Court. We'll check on the map again later on. Lighting's good, considering that at the moment we're driving down here through these lime trees. It's not overly dark, the shadows aren't ridiculously dark, everything seems to be very nicely done. Heading down in towards the main, I mean it's town now I guess, isn't it? Although it's only 670 inhabitants, it's still more of a town than a village, I think. And also looking at the pictures that are on the website online of the BREDOW church and stuff like that, it's been recreated almost spot on. I mean, absolutely fantastic. So we swing around here, we come to the horse court. Now this isn't a stables, you can't buy this. That was actually something I meant to mention. On the map for buying land, if we click on that, we can buy the land, and we've got a lot of forestry up in this section here, but this whole section in the middle of the town you can't buy. So there's a couple of, actually that's weird, that, oh no, you can buy that, you can buy that, but this you can't. You'll see when we get to there why that seems a bit odd. And the same with the horse court here, we can't buy any of this, so this isn't the stables or anything like that. This is just primarily a sell point. And we have what seems to be a couple of sell points here. So we've got the horse court sell point. And I like the fact we've got these kind of training paddocks. They've all got some horses in. It adds a bit of kind of life to the map, you know. Now this door here I can't get to open, but there is something inside there which we're going to have a look at in just a second. If I come round to the sell point, which is tucked just in here, so this is the horse court sell point, then we've got this marked area here. And this marked area has a sign there. It says straw, silage, grass and hay. Now again I'm assuming that's a sell point because it's not showing up. That's where the sell point says it is. It's not a buy point. I have tried it with a trailer and nothing comes up for refilling. That door doesn't open either. But if I come through here, which is why I think this bit was a bit odd, we've got this. Now, what's odd is you've got a switch here, but nothing will operate it. I can't get it to work. And if we go up the stairs, it is a hayloft for all intents and purposes. But I thought maybe that would work. I can't get anything. I just can't get anything to come up for that. So I did wonder whether that door was supposed to open. You can put hay bales and stuff up there, but yeah, I'm not getting any luck with that working. So maybe it's not supposed to. It may be on PC only or something like that. But this is the sell point at the horse court. That's, I guess, is the most important part of this bit. Let's jump back in. So heading from the horse court, we're going to head out and we're going to head to, which in essence is the spinnery. It's down a seamstress. So we're going to head south first. Well, southwest, I guess. Well, not I guess, we're heading southwest. There's no I guess about it. Nice and flat as well, so I'd imagine on the bits you can buy, it'll be, I say will be, it should be pretty good for placeables. Shouldn't require a lot of landscaping or anything. So we turn down here. And then next one just here. Everything is signposted. It is in German, but it is signposted. There's your sell point just there. So back to the map. So, oh, I didn't do the bakery. Oh, I turned out and went that way and forgot to do the bakery. Yeah, we can do it on the way back up. So we came from here at the biogas plant. We cut across the field there, went up to the animal dealer, sell point and the animal dealer. Then we came back down here, round to the horse court. Out from the horse court, down here, we're now at seamstress. Now, when we do all the sell points out here, and then we're going to head off and out that way, there are no sell points down here. This is all just big fields down the bottom part here. So what we're going to do from here is head up, back into the town. I'll take in the bakery, and then we'll come across this way. I was just going to go right. I just realised I missed the bakery. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a sell point. It's there. It's on the floor, but we'll have a look. It's the whole point of the map tour. There are these little plaques around the place. Unfortunately, you can't read them, but there's these little information signs dotted around. So let's head up, find that. Yeah, it does say, actually, I'm just looking here, it does say archaeological finds near BREDOW suggest that the area on which BREDOW is located today was originally settled in the Stone Age. At later times a Wendish settlement existed there, as indicated by finds of coins and urns in the area around BREDOW. So it has been occupied for a long time. And I think the bread from BREDOW is it say Slavic? It's a personal name. So maybe belonging to a chieftain or village elder originally when it was a settlement rather than a village or town. I think so, I'm going. Trying to avoid hurting anybody on the way through. Now it doesn't actually say on the Mod Hub website whether it's seasons ready or not. Contracts are available to do, including some transport contracts. Oh, there's a sell point, it's just here, look. So we've got a sell point there, milk, and then we've got the bakery sell point itself just there. From here, I didn't realise I was right on top of it so quickly. We're going to cut across. Past the church, which, like I say, when you look online, the church looks like the church that's in the picture. It's yeah, brilliant. From here, so that's when the building site points to the left. Let's turn that off. And we're heading out to the store and the refill stations. So we have got the main store for buying and selling machinery, repairing, etc. if you don't use your workshop. But we do have a refill point here, so if you want to come and buy whatever you need, you absolutely can. So we start off with just here, we've got fertilizer point, Dunga. We've got liquid fertilizer, I'm not going to read all that. Is it Flüssig Dunga? We've got Kalk for lime. I'm going to. Pflanzenschutz, herbicide. If you're German, I really do apologise. And Saatgut, seeds. So repair point, customise, sell point is just there. Buy point is over here. This is also the reset point. So if you need to reset anything or anything goes wrong, you can reset it here. Now from here, this is what I was talking about earlier. It seemed a bit weird because this is in the portion of the map you can't buy. But there appears to be, I think it's obviously on here for the sort of aesthetic look. Although there are no cows in the field, which I think might have been a nice touch. Because then there are horses. I think having a couple of cows in there might be quite cool. We've got this cow barn here, but you can't buy it. And there's no triggers or anything on it, but that's just off to the right. So we're heading to the Grange sell point now. So we've done the store, heading to the Grange sell point. There is another, what looks like another point just here for selling of straw, hay, silage and grass, was it? Straw, silage, grass and hay. And then the Grange sell point is just there. From here, there are various different rivers and ponds, and there's a couple of hydrants knocking around for water. There are placeables, of course, in the mod hub, but no, turned too early. Got overexcited. Right, cut across there. So now, obviously, the inn, in some way, shape or form, has been there for a very, very long time. The inn on here is actually, it's a fairly, I don't know how faithfully recreated the inn is, but guest house. It's down as inn on the map. That's the next sell point we're heading to. And the sell point is just to the left there, and to the left of that there's a milk sell point, as you can see just there. Then continuing on up the road, we've got fuel station. What I like about this as well, around behind the fuel station, is if you're going to do a storyline narrative sort of thing as well, which is absolutely great. We've got this kind of almost like, I suppose, council. It could be privately run, but all the stuff there for doing municipal works, I guess. And from there, we're going to head out. Now we're going under the railway. I haven't seen a train go along there. That's not to say there isn't one. Actually, what's that say there? Oh, it just brings you back down to here. We just passed the sign. I thought, have I missed something? But I haven't. So yeah, we're going to go under the railway, which is just here. I'm also not sure what these are for. It doesn't say there's any required mods. It looks like, I mean, they're down on the map, but it looks like if you put nets up around them, it'd be the old cricket bowling nets, you know, for practicing. It probably isn't, but that's what it looks like if you had some nets up around it anyway. So, under the railway. You can head out, there's a larger area. Now this could just be a river, but the fact it said it was next to the Havilland Great Canal, or on the Havilland Great Canal, I'm assuming that's what this is that we're going over now. So down the other side, and we come to what says wood. Well, it says wood storage, but it is the sawmill. Just on the right. We have a wood chip sell point, we have a lumber sell point, and a huge gantry crane, which is accessible to be used for unloading if you want to. Wood chip sell point just there. Gantry crane just here, with the lumber sell point. Is the lumber sell point all the way at the end? Yes, the lumber sell point is actually here. So you can pull your lorries and stuff underneath if you want to, unload with the crane, or if you can just bring your lorries and stuff up here and unload there. Depends how immersive you want to go with it. I don't think we've got any machinery or anything up in here. Not that I can tell. So, we came from Grange. We cut across there, went to the inn, gas station, up past the cricket nets, under the railway, which is just running along there, then out over the canal into the wood storage. That is all the sell points, and that is the map. I like the additional hops. I think that's really cool. It's a nice thing to have. There's a couple of, like I say, a couple of things that didn't appear to work, and there's also those couple of sell points that aren't showing up, but for your silage and grass, hay, straw. So what I will do now is I'll check that situation with regard to buying digestate, and hopefully on the edited version of this that will pop up. But that's the map. That's BREDOW. That's by ThiluLP. Hope you kind of got an idea of what the map feels like, looks like, what comes with it. Did I show you? I did show you the... Actually, you know what? I just realised I don't know if I did. I showed you the silos, didn't I? The halls are under here. Yeah, silos and halls, wasn't it? So if you want to buy those again, you absolutely can. So when you come onto on Farm Manager or start from scratch and the slot count's 369, you can replace various different things if you want to, or just put whatever you want of your own down. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free, and if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.